Good morning. My name is Joshua Reyes. I am the IT Development Director here at Amazon, and I wanted to present you with a venture that I feel has been overlooked by a lot of the industry and could lead us into the future in terms of visual searching and product sales. Now, what I'm giving to you is the idea of actually merging the Flow, the Amazon app called Flow, that's powered by our product database, and merging that with the dependability, the accuracy, and the efficiency of CamFind. Now, as you know, Amazon has about 68% of the people who already use mobile phones have the Amazon app, not the Flow app, but the Amazon app. What we're trying to do is utilize that by combining the Amazon and CamFind, the Amazon Flow app, and the CamFind app together, and putting that as an option to use within the Amazon app so that we reach that market, and we can hopefully expand it by making product searching that much easier for consumers. We'll get into more of that a little bit later, but right now I kind of want to go over with you the statistics of both of Amazon and CamFind, just to see where we are and where they are and what makes us such a compatible match. Now, we've spent about $4.6 billion on research and development, and that was only in 2012. 60% of our purchases came from the Amazon app during the holidays of 2014. And as you know, the holidays are a huge product sales area of the year. It's something that we definitely want to capitalize on, and the easier that we make it on patients to use the app, the easier that we make it on consumers. Excuse me, I said patients. Consumers to find the product that they're looking for at a great price, the more likely that they're going to want to buy that product. Now, we've made money, yes, but as I said before, we're reaching almost 70% of the people who have a mobile phone have our Amazon purchasing app. We want to reach that other 30%. Technically 31.4%. That is a large amount of people. And just because they have our app doesn't necessarily mean that they're using it. So we want to motivate people to use our app. We want to motivate people to buy more things on the app. And we want to reach that other 30% that don't even have it. So, and I believe that this venture is something that's going to take us to that level. Now, CamFind. It's a company that solidified itself in the image searching field. They have about 17 million searchers, people who are actively searching, whether it be through a mobile device, iPhone, Android, you have Windows. You also have, I believe you can search online, you can upload pictures or even take pictures there. 1.6 million app downloads. Now that means that around, I would assume that just because they're downloaded doesn't mean that those are all people who are just one person. They may have multiple phones, things like that, or they may have switched phones. So I would cut that back to at the very least, 1 million people have this application. Now, they are boasting of about 8 to 9 out of 10 pictures accurately answered. Now, this is extremely important. We don't just want people to, have the capability of using it. We want the accuracy that comes with it. Otherwise, it becomes a distraction. It becomes something that people just see as an inconvenience if it doesn't work properly. The reason why we're reaching out to CamFind, or we want to, is because they already have a huge amount of followers. And they already have the accuracy and efficiency that we want out of a system like this. Now, looking at that, we want to reach out to the consumers that are already using Campfind. They may not have the Amazon app, and two, we want to make that database that Campfind has that brings in the accuracy that they're using and that they're giving to their consumers to our Amazon application. Now our Flow app is working with our Amazon database, and it works well, but it doesn't have the follower base, neither does it have the accuracy and years of database compilation that Campfind will have. And that's what we're reaching out to, because we know that we can combine the Amazon product database with an image search engine. But do we have the database to accurately do it 8 to 9, hopefully even 10 times out of 10 with our combination of the Flow app and the Campfind app? So exactly what are we doing? So we have the Amazon, we have Amazon.com. We have a product database. We have people who are selling on our website. We have ourselves who are selling. So we also have the Amazon Flow app. Now this is a separate application. It's not in the Amazon app. And that's what I feel is really hindering people from using the Flow app. Aside from maybe possibly some inaccuracy issues. But we also have the Campfind app, which has that accuracy and efficiency that we really want from an image searching database. Okay, so what we want to do is combine the Flow app with the Campfind app, have our Flow IT team, because Flow is powered by Amazon, and that's how every time you search on it, it pulls up something from the Amazon database. Not necessarily just the product that you want to buy, but hopefully they might be even looking just at reviews, see what people think of that product. We want to combine that with the Campfind app and put that as a function on the Amazon app. So we're compiling 3 different applications and putting it into one. Now it seems like a lot, but what it is the algorithms, the database that we're putting on. Now Campfind searches all over the internet, and they're very successful in it. So I believe that they'll have no problem just shrinking that down and saying, we're not going to have to search for so long, we're not going to have to find all these different things. No, we're going to search on the Amazon database. Alright, so I believe that function works well on the Flow app, so it's user friendly. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to combine how Flow has worked with the Amazon database with their Amazon product database, and use Campfind and the years that they put into creating an image search database to recognize exactly what you're taking a picture of and finding the exact product. Okay, so how does this technology work? What when I say image search, what am I talking about? Can't I just go onto these different sites and type in what I want to find an image? Yes, that is referring more towards a text search image. So basically you have images that are described by certain text, or they're on a website and there are certain text that are surrounding that image, and it'll pull it up. So that being said, what we're doing is these 2 applications, Flow and Campfind, that we'll be combining and putting into the Amazon app. Don't do that. They're much more accurate than that. And the reason why I say that is because they're actually taking pictures that you would take from your mobile device or even from your computer, and they rip them apart and analyze that picture in 1,000 different pieces, and they compare it to other pictures across the internet, in our case across Amazon, and they go by if that picture matches at a certain percentage than another. Now, the way Campfind has worked is that if an image, even if it's ripped in 1,000 different pieces and compared to another image, comes back at only 50% accuracy, it is automatically sent to Thailand, to a group of employees in Thailand who actually are tasked with identifying that image, whether it be a cat or a dog, or maybe it be a shirt, a Superman shirt, for example. Now you can search Superman shirt on the internet and pull up thousands and thousands of different pictures, images, products, comic books, many things, because it covers such a wide area, because people have trouble describing what it is that they're looking for. If they can't remember the movie that it refers to or the movie the shirt comes from. So that's exactly the thing that the CamFind and Flow app are already addressing. You can take a picture of exactly the shirt that you want because you saw it at one point. So you take a picture of it. You either upload it or you can even do it live. And what that does is it allows for people to find exactly what they want and not having to make them search for it. And that, I believe, will raise our sales on its own. Simply because making it easier on people to find what they want when they want it will bring them more motivation to buy it. It feeds off of their impulse buying and takes them directly to Amazon to buy it. Amazon is already well renowned for their great customer reviews in terms of people reviewing products. They have a huge reviewing database, as well as their huge customer satisfaction, as well as their price competition. They do well. They price their items well, and they're usually the lowest. So, how are we going to implement this? How are we going to go about this? There's a couple of ways. Ideally, this is the way that I'd like to see this go. Now we have 6 months of negotiations. We have to approach CamFind with this venture and see how they feel about it. I believe that within 6 months we can have a contract written up, as long as this is actively pursued. Of course, not passively. So we need to actively pursue this venture and really go after it in the way that we need to. Okay, so 6 months, I believe, will get us to that point. Now, of course, worst case scenario, CamFind wants nothing to do with this. CamFind doesn't want to even be a part of this venture at all. I say we go about buying them out. Now, the owner of CamFind has sold, the developers of CamFind, have sold the past couple of applications and things that they've made for about $300 to $300 million. Now, I believe that's something that we can invest in. The database that CamFind has, the algorithms that they use, and the process of employee engagement in the system that they use would take us years to implement. And I believe that just buying that out and investing in that would save us those years, as well as the money that we'd have to throw into it anyways to reach the level of accuracy and efficiency that they're at. And then combining it with the already functioning database that we have through the Flow app, finding products through Amazon. Now, going back to the ideal situation. Once negotiations are complete, we've created somewhat of an alliance with them on paper. We can then move on to combining the systems, combining the way that the Flow app searches image on the Amazon product database and review database with the huge recognition database that CamFind has. So putting those two together, I believe, could take up to 6 months, as long as we have the CamFind, a team of CamFind IT, as well as a team from Amazon actively working on this system. Of course, it's not going to be an easy transition, but it will be much easier from starting from scratch. Alrighty, so now the next thing that we're going to have to do is go into a 6 months fine-tuning and application of this system. So we have to fine-tune it, we have to give it a go and try it out with our Amazon application just to see how it functions. After that, if it doesn't function well, we need to go back to the drawing board and work on new ways to apply it to the application that we've already had in the Amazon purchasing app. Then fine-tune it from there. I believe this could take 6 months, possibly. Of course, this is an ideal situation. It could take up to 9 months, because we don't want to roll out a new system that isn't functioning or accurate We want the experience, the customer experience to be that much better. We don't want to hinder the customer experience. Alright, moving on, who's our competition? What are we looking at in terms of people looking to take this type of information or use it to their advantage or in their field? We have a couple here. Now, I've outlined them. We have Google, who owns the Android operating system, which is about the high 60% of all mobile devices or all smartphone devices in the United States. They also own one of the largest search engines on the internet. They have about 70, I'd say, a little over 70% currently the market share in terms of search engines, tech search engines, that is. Now, Microsoft, they own, of course, the search engine as well. They own Bing. They're going to own much of the rest of the percentage, around the 15%. Actually, I'm sorry, 19% is what they're going to own in terms of market share, followed by Yahoo. Now, Microsoft does own the Windows operating system for mobile devices and smartphones. That system doesn't currently have a lot of market share. I believe it's running off of 6%. It's not much, but it's there. Now, the reason why I've titled this slide as competition or opportunity is exactly that. We can look at it as competition. We can look at it as people who are going to try and compete with us, or we can look at them as people who are going to try and fund or give us our money back, as well as money on top of what we just spent. And why I say that is because we're going to popularize and make image searching available to consumers in a way that they never thought possible. Once, like I said, we have 60%, at least 60%, and we have 63% of the people who have a smartphone or mobile phone have the Amazon application. Now, that is a huge amount of people. So, that being said, we want to use those people to our advantage. We want to offer them this new way to search for products. We want to make it exciting. We want to make it new. Now, as many of you already know, Google tried this with their Google Glass, but I want to say that they weren't using CamFind. Now, CamFind did come out with an application to use for Google Glass, and it was much more accurate than what Google had made. Google coming out with about 2 to 3 correctly identified pictures out of 10, while the CamFind had come up with 8 to 9. This is a huge disparity. Now, Google had their chance and they didn't take an opportunity to use that. Now, I want to say, let's take advantage of where the industry is going. Everything is going towards mobile. With the phone market becoming a larger and much larger industry, more and more people are buying it. We need to use that. They are looking for convenience. So we give them that by letting them take live pictures, recognizing pictures of screens, computers, laptops, such as pictures of celebrities with clothes on. They can know exactly what they're wearing, where to buy it, things like that. If Amazon offers it, it will give it to you. And what I want to do is popularize this. Not only will this already increase our sales, this will gather the attention of the larger companies in this area. Now, we're not inherently an image searching website. No, we are a product selling website, to the point that once they see how well this works and how the applications will work towards image search and search engines, they'll be ecstatic and they'll want to do this. But, like I said, this takes years and years of database building, or a gargantuan amount of money that they'll have to dump in millions and millions, or if they want it quicker, billions possibly of dollars to build this kind of database without the span of time. What I say is they can build their database, or what they can do is they can buy it from us. We can offer our alliance with Campfind. We can split, of course, the proceeds between us both. Of course, we would get most of the money, considering that we're taking the brunt of the risk and offering up our application, our database into their system. Of course, they're providing us with accuracy. So I would propose in this situation about a 70 to 30 split. Now we can sell this system for billions of dollars to Google, Microsoft, or Yahoo. We are not just making this more convenient for consumers. We're setting an industry standard, not just our product selling industry, but the search engine industry. I believe that we're going to get the attention of Google, and they're going to want this. So, like I said, we can think of this as competition, or we can once again look at this as the investment, not just in our sales, but as well as how much we're going to get from Google, Microsoft, Yahoo. And so, to some extent, we can even get it from eBay. eBay being an online bidding website, huge website. They may love to have this type of technology on their application as well. So the possibilities are endless. The competition is there, but to spin the competition and to use them as something that we can use for ourselves is something that this venture offers to us as Amazon, as a company, that not many other ventures offer. This is something that takes little investment, in tiny investment, compared to how much we funneled into research and development, being about almost $75 billion in 2012 or 13, I think. That being said, this is just a tiny bit of money to invest to get double, triple, quadruple the money back, if not that money back and more in current sales and in future sales, as well as a huge customer following from Campfind, customer satisfaction increase in our Amazon consumers, and an alliance that people are going to want and fight for in the future. So, a lot of my information was taken from these websites. Feel free to go over them. Feel free to review them. I would like to thank you for your time, and I would love for you to look at what I've offered you here and see the immense opportunity. This is not something that can be taken lightly. It's not something that can be passed on. This is something that will be picked up at any time. Innovation are for people who reach out and grab it first. Otherwise, you're just playing catch up. And that's not something that we want to do. We want to grab it first, and we want everybody else to play catch up. Because then we have leverage, and when you have leverage, you have money. And you can get it. Thank you, and I look forward to what you have to say.